Welcome, everybody, to the Bacon and Reggs Podcast pilot episode. We don't really have any idea what this podcast is going to be. We don't really have an aim that we want to achieve, but we're here for shits and giggles, to talk about problems, to talk about fun times, to talk about random bollocks that we decided to come up with. You've got a special Google document that you've basically trauma dumped into.
I'm not gonna... But just, we've got a lot. We have a lot going on.
A huge list and a picture of an egg to top it all off.
Our first thing I want to say, this isn't a topic, this is just an announcement. Adam got seat number 69 on the train. He's very happy about it. Basically, we did a take before this and I got a phone call. And that's what he phoned me about.
Brilliant. Adam's gone up to Scotland and he's gone to have fun times with his friends that aren't us. We're second choice.
We are the second choice, and it doesn't make me happy.
First thing I think we need to address is the fact that this isn't our first podcast.
It's not. We had a podcast over COVID, and it had, I think, because the first episode we did for like a media school project, and that was very professional. We were very tamed. The second episode, we got on... Who did we have on the second episode?
Well, I think we had about 6 different people on the second episode. Because we'd done the first one, and then everyone had gone, oh, that sounds fun, and I'm bored because we're in lockdown, let's do it.
And then it just kind of... It didn't go well because there were so many people on Discord, might add, talking at once. So it didn't really work. And... I mean, some parts did, like the meal deal. Like, we spoke about, what our meal deals were, and that worked.
Every guest we had on, we would ask them what their meal deal of choice was. And that seemed to be, it. Like, we did it once as a joke, and then it happened for 6 episodes.
Yeah, it just kept going. But then eventually, I think most of the people in that podcast, we don't really speak to anymore.
No.
So... That's
number one, but also I think, like, everyone lost their motivation during COVID.
Yeah, it's quite a dark time. Like, I never... Like, when people... when people say...
Those are the dark ages.
When people say to me, like, oh yeah, remember COVID? I'm like, no. I can't lie, I did enjoy COVID. I liked having my solitude, but I'd do that anyway.
But that's because you got up every morning at, like, midday, got on Discord, beefed everyone, played Minecraft, and then went to bed. That was your life for about a year and a half.
Best time of my life, if you ask me. Like, that sounds like a vibe and a half. Now you have to beef people in real life. That sucks. Yeah,
and now we have to do podcasts in real life as well. Like,
that's awful.
We've got to show our faces. That's the most terrifying. Yeah, well, we've actually only just met in person for the first time.
Yeah, no, this is actually really awkward. I wish I didn't show up. It's not like we went to Spoons just before this and chatted so much shit.
You know what? I love Spoons.
I also love Spoons.
Spoons, I don't know what it is about Wetherspoons.
It's just the place to be.
I feel like everyone decides that they want to just spill their guts in a Spoons. As soon as I sit down, beer in hand, I'm away. I'll be off with the fairies. I'll just literally run my mouth about everything.
It's just like, you sit down and you're like, okay, let me get some greasy chips, pizza, shitty burger. And then you're like, okay, so what gossip have we got to spill? And then it just rolls and it rolls.
It's place.
We were sat in Spoons for like an hour, spilling our guts about everything.
Literally earlier today, we were sat in Spoons, beefing everyone.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. And what better place than a Wetherspoons?
When you're sat outside under like the roof bit and it's raining as well, you've got the atmosphere. And what I also find funny, I don't know if you've noticed this, but what I'll find is whenever we start talking shit, everyone who like comes in for like their beer, midday beer, they'll come and sit near us. And that kept happening. And they
want to hear the gossip.
They
actually want to hear the gossip.
3 people sat near us, and I was like, they're definitely listening in because we're so loud. And they're just sat there. We just get
really passionate.
It's rude. We need to stop doing this.
No, we don't. It's hilarious.
It is quite funny to me.
And now we've taken all the gossip from Spoons and we're putting it on a podcast and sharing it with the world. So You guys are getting the exclusive beef that you know
Premium.
absolutely nothing about and care not a single bit about.
Premium content right here. You wouldn't get it anywhere else.
You actually wouldn't.
Well, I think, rolling off that, I think we should go as how love is scuffed as a generation.
God damn.
Or in our
We went
generation,
from spoons to scuffed love.
I mean, to be fair.
You're going to try and link the two now, aren't you? By some crazy chain of events.
I met my first love in spoons. No, I didn't. Honestly. I mean, I don't know. I think in our generation, I remember seeing a post that said something like, we will never be able to experience love how people did in the 70s because of social media and all of that and that kind of stuff. But it, we still have the same feelings that they did in a way, but because we're so, like, I think closed off emotionally, it's hard to... This is getting really deep.
No, but this is interesting because I've never actually thought about it like that, in a sense. Like, I guess we're so used to now having, like, just being able to go up to someone and just ask for their Snap or ask for their Insta or ask for their number and just message them and hide behind a phone because we're too socially inept to go out and talk to women or talk to guys.
Whereas before it would be like, back way when it would be like, oh, would you like to go on a date with me? And you would arrange it like that. Now it's like, every single person I hear, and they're like, oh yeah, no, they just come around my house. And I'm like, yeah, but have you gone on a date? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, why not?
But I think there's something... I feel like people don't like the sort of official feel of a date.
Yeah.
Like taking someone out somewhere and, having a meal, because then I feel like people are too afraid of the other person's feelings.
Exactly.
To be like, okay, I want to take you out on a date. Because then if they get the wrong impression, it might just ruin everything altogether.
And I think a lot of that is also, as I think, ironic as it sounds, like gossip culture. Because then if you take someone on a date and they come back and they go to their friends, oh yeah, no, that was really weird. I don't know why we went on a date.
That's your reputation ruined.
Yeah, it's done. Like, you are known as the weird one who takes people out on dates. But it shouldn't be like that. I don't
see. I think a lot of people think like that and think that it's too awkward to go out on a date. But I feel like actually most people see it as a romantic gesture. But because of lack of communication, that's never, the other person never finds out about that.
Yeah.
And then will never take them out on a date because they don't know how they would feel about it.
This generation is so awful at communication. It hurts me. Like, it genuinely hurts me. And, like, I am a victim of poor communication. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But it's like... But, like, now I've definitely reflected on it. Whenever, like, I feel like... when you think, like, oh, I don't know how... even, like, a friendship is with someone else. I think I've gotten to the stage where I'm able to say, like, hey, are we good? Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, I guess it's just maturing in a way and just realising that it's really not that deep.
It's not
like,
that deep.
You've just got to go for it, whatever it is, friendship, relationship, old friends, whatever it is, you just got to go for it, because realistically, what's the worst that's going to happen? I feel like, yeah, but then, like, okay.
It blows over in like a day.
Yeah, fully. Everyone gets bored.
I mean, I think it is also our age, because even, like, I think, like, even people in, like, their 20s who I speak to, I act like I speak to loads, I'm just talking about, like, my brother's friends and stuff like that. They still, like, take people out on dates. Like, it's quite normal for them to go on dates, but it's just our sort of age range where it's like, oh yeah, let me get your Snap, and then you come to my house, and it's not, no. It's not it. I'll be honest, it's not it.
You know what else I find really intriguing about, like, this generation?
What?
Is the fact that a lot of people have said that apps like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, they all have those kind of reels features of just swiping through short videos. And the fact that everyone's attention span has just gone down the fucking drain.
Oh, yeah. Like, I remember seeing a post, and but it was like saying that people who had like were meant to, I don't know how to word this, like, you know, when you would learn reading, you would go to school, you'd learn how to read, that kind of level. People who had gone through that stage but had been in COVID during that time they were meant to read could not read like books because they had just constantly been on their phones and they had only been able to read like social media.
But that's the thing, it's just like there's so much to like discover about the world, and I feel like it's almost just been ruined by the fact that nobody cares anymore because they just want to sit and just do nothing, scroll on TikTok, scroll on Snapchat, scroll on Instagram, watch YouTube, you know. It's bad.
And I think it's 100% gotten back. Don't shake your leg. Right, this man does this thing. He's a drummer. He shakes his leg whenever he sat down, and it's the most irritating thing I've ever done. Oh. Don't do it.
You stopped your rant. I can't help it, okay? I can't help it. And she's bullying me about it.
Everyone bullies you about it. Don't act like it's just me. First fight on the podcast.
One day, we'll get to episode 30 and I'll have a black eye, or she'll have a black eye. I'll cave your head in.
I'll be a place like Eddie, and it's like, so, mate, I've just realised we're not introduced our names. This is Antonio.
Oh my god. See, I told you, I said in the beginning, we had no idea how this podcast was going to go. We've got no clue what we're doing. We're doing it for shits and giggles. I completely forgot to introduce us.
So this is Antonio.
And this is Mayhar.
Yay! Okay, so, I forgot why I said that, but I think the main part is, you know, it's gotten bad when, you know, you've seen the story times where it's like, am I the arsehole? My wife kicked me out of my house.
They're rubbish.
No, but it's a story. And usually you would like watch along and you know, but it's a story that's over gameplay.
Yeah.
Or it's like Family Guy episodes over gameplay.
The half screen.
Yeah, and you have...
That is so bad. Because I don't, like, I've seen them, and when it's like 3 a.m. and I'm half asleep, I am a victim of just scrolling through TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Like, don't look at my screen time hours. don't do it.
It's the fact that, like, those, like, Family Guy episodes, or it'll be, like, story time things, or, like, Neil deGrasse Tyson speaking about black holes over, like, a Minecraft parkour video.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll listen to what he's saying, but I'll be watching the gameplay of whatever it is.
It's so weird.
And that's so bad, because I'm more interested in Minecraft parkour than literal science.
Yeah. And, like, I think it's gone to a point, like, I'm a very big victim of this, because even now, I'll play, like, I've been playing Stardew Valley again, and I've started my own little world, and I'm actually doing very well, so. And
I've never played Stardew Valley.
It's such a cute little game. I love it. It's like, no one knows what the objective is. I've talked to about 15 different people about this. No one knows what the objective of the game is.
Is it like Animal Crossing?
Yeah, but you're on a farm.
Is that not just Animal Crossing?
No, because Animal Crossing, you build like a town. You build an empire. This is not true. But even then, when I put on Stardew Valley, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bored, so I'll play music. I'm like, okay, I'm still bored. So I'll put on, like, Netflix, and I'll be watching Gossip Girl on one monitor, and then playing Stardew Valley on the other monitor.
See, I don't know how people can do that.
I do it all the time.
But I don't understand how you can focus on two things at once. Or you've just watched, like, 5 episodes of Gossip Girl. You have no idea what's just happened because you've been using it as background noise.
But that's the thing, I still know.
How, though? I don't understand how.
I don't know. I do the same with, it's really bad. I do the same with schoolwork as well. Like, I'll be doing schoolwork and I'll be watching, like, Suits.
No, I can't do. To be honest, music is like my best friend when I'm doing schoolwork.
Oh.
Let's talk about music, shall we?
We
are like the biggest music nerds
Yeah.
in the universe, I think.
I think it really woke to be like how woke. That's woke.
Woke.
But not.
Is it woke?
It's woke. But I think it really like, I don't know, like I opened up my eye when I went to my work experience place, and I was so like ready to talk about, because at the time it was like Glastonbury's going on, some other big festival, Wireless was going on, like all of those were happening, and I was so ready to talk about music, and like none of them knew anyone. Like I remember I asked like, oh, did you see Black Country Road? And they were like, who? And I was like, okay, fair enough. And I was like, oh, did you see...
To be honest, they are a niche in the grand scheme of things.
But then I was like, oh, did you see, this person, that person? And they're like, who? And then they just named like these random people. I'm like, I don't stop.
Shaking my leg again.
You're gonna get black eye. You're still doing it. You're still doing it.
I'm sorry.
You need to like just lay your legs like that.
No, because I was gonna say I'll just kick the camera.
Poof.
But I think we've got to the stage now where we've delved so far down a rabbit hole of music that I'm listening to people with like 2,000 monthly listens.
Yeah.
And like no one knows who they are, but I'll sit here, and the only people that I can talk to this music about is you and a few other friends.
Yeah.
Because half of us listen to like
rap. R&B.
Actually, no, it's more like
Pop.
It's more like thirds, isn't it? Because there's like 1/3 that listens to like proper rap, hip hop, drill, that kind of stuff, grime.
Yeah.
There's another third that listens to like R&B, pop, the charts basically. Yeah. And then there's our third, which listen to the most niche music on the planet. Anyone who knows who Black Midi is, you'll know how niche our music taste really goes. And I think it's definitely opened up an eye for me.
Oh yeah.
Because I've really tuned in to like what really can be the potential for good music, and not just the epitome of 4 chords and Vocaloid and
I mean, I personally, my mum, don't know how to say this with confidence. I grew up with Stormzy and just rap, not like niche rap either, just pop, like
mainstream rap,
and like I remember, what's it called? That song called Unforgettable. I remember that was on in my car every single day. Ed Sheeran was in there, Beyonce was there. It was pop, like basic pop, and then I went into my like Japanese phase of like listening to like Japanese music. My bracelet just broke.
You went for an anime phase.
I did. I went through a really big anime phase. I listened to like
everyone went for an anime phase.
No, but like I listened to like J-pop, like that.
Oh damn!
And it and right, should we do a leg shake count?
No, no, because you're gonna make me edit it in post, and I'm not.
I will. But like I went for like a proper J-pop phase, and then I think I'm not gonna name drop, but someone introduced me to rock, and it wasn't. Because I know who's gonna think. Someone's gonna think.
Yeah.
That it was them.
Wasn't him.
It wasn't him. It was a girl who introduced me to
It was.
I'll tell you after.
Okay. I'm getting the new gossip now.
It was a girl who introduced me to like heavy metal, and at the time I didn't like it. I was like, But then I started to listen to Arctic Monkeys and then Nirvana, and it just rolled and rolled and rolled until I hit the corner of Black Midi and Black Country Road, and trying to think of another band. Can you think of one that's like Black Midi? I know.
Shame, Squid.
Yeah, Shame and Squid. And it just sort of rolled into that. And now I listen to like that heavy metal, like heavy.
Deftones.
Not even Deftones, like System of a Down.
Oh, yeah.
Let me put up Spotify. Because there's quite a lot.
Our music taste is very expansive, and I feel like we all started at like the mainstream rock, as in like 2000s indie rock
Yeah.
into 90s grunge,
Okay, yeah,
80s
so-
metal.
Avenged Sevenfold, Bring Me the Horizon.
God damn.
Like, what else is in here? I don't even recognise half these people. I just put it on and I'm just like, I walk to school, it's just screamo music in my ear.
I don't really like screamo. I don't mind spoken word. I listen to a lot of spoken word stuff. Squid, Slim.
You see, I love spoken word, but when it's done well. I
Yeah.
can't, like, you see those really, like, niche ones where there's, like, 1,000 listeners and, like, this is...
Yeah, no.
There's a very big, like, line where it's... Stop. Where it's line between, like, good and then just actually shit.
Black Midi did a spoken word album. It's like only digital download. They made it in lockdown, and it's literally the front man, who by the way is called Geordie Greep. I don't think you can actually. I've never seen a man who embodies his name more than Geordie Greep. He's the weirdest man you've ever met on the planet.
Fish and rice. What are you eating? Fish and rice.
Fish and rice. I'll link the video.
Is it nice, Geordie? Yeah.
I'm very out of focus.
Hey Geordie.
Show day.
Yeah.
Exciting.
What's he got there? Fish and rice?
Fish and rice.
And it's literally Geordie Greep reading poems or literally talking absolute bollocks over a jam session that they're doing in the background.
I haven't heard this.
I'll send it to you. I'll link that in the description as well. If anyone's actually interested. I
don't think anyone's
no.
interested.
I
was like, what the fuck are you on about?
But in saying that, if you like rock and if you like jazz, especially, I think that's where we sort of found our mix. A lot of the like new age of rock music that's sort of come out and that we listen to is very much either jazz influenced or it's very experimental. Sounds a lot like King Crimson almost, like drawing from that post-rock, like avant-garde kind of era back in like the 80s, 70s, really psychedelic. And now it's sort of made a revival in the UK especially. I don't know why, but I find it really cool.
I mean, yeah, it is cool, but it is cool to certain people.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like
It's niche. It's very niche.
I remember I showed my mum Black Country Road and she was like, this is what you're going to see.
Yeah, but she listens to Stormzy.
Bless her soul. She also listens to we have a collaborative playlist called Virgo versus the People because most of our
No
group,
shot your mum listens to that playlist.
she loves that playlist. I put it on and she sat there like driving a little car. She's obsessed with it.
It's all like
Rap,
hip hop,
drill. There's some drill in there.
There's definitely drill in there. That was Joel.
R&B. It's just like party songs, and it's basically. But yeah, so I got my point.
What was your point? What were you gonna say?
I was explaining Virgo versus people and how half our group is Virgos, and then we're versus you lot.
Yeah, everyone's in the playlist, so it doesn't make sense.
No, because it does make sense.
Okay, it makes sense to Mayhar. I don't understand it.
It does
I've
make
not got a
sense
clue.
because like 4 of us are Virgos, and the rest of you are just commoners.
The people.
Yeah, commoners.
Okay, commoners. We're the commoners.
If you're
now.
not a Virgo,
we're
you're
the
a commoner.
peasants.
Yeah, Virgos are better.
Guys, comment your zodiac signs down below.
Comment your compatibility. I'm a Virgo. You're a.
Aquarius. I'm an asparagus.
I'm an asparagus.
I'm an asparagus.
I love being a Virgo.
I don't understand star signs. I don't understand
I mean,
the logic around
I think
them.
if you look at my wrists and my neck and even my ears, I think you can tell like I know stuff.
And if you look at my wrists,
They're boring.
you'll know that I don't give a shit.
yeah, no, crystal, and little mushrooms.
I don't understand crystals.
I love crystals.
They're rocks. They have come from the ground.
No,
What does that have to do with the energy of the universe?
because they're just like They like transmit like auras.
But they're rocks.
They're not just rocks.
But
In that case, the sun is just a rock. Actually, no, it's not.
are you alright? Are you actually alright?
The Earth is just a rock.
Are you hearing that? The sun is just a rock, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it here
I
first.
said it and then I realised what I said. The sun is not a rock, but the Earth is just a rock. You are just a rock.
Yeah, but the Earth is a little bit more important than a little crystal that you dangle from your neck.
What's your beef for crystals, man? I was gonna get you one for your birthday. Not anymore.
You literally gave me one. I don't have beef with them. I'm trying to understand.
Because with
You've gave me the explanation of, like, why do they have energy? They just do.
They just
That's
do.
not. Yeah, but that's not. I don't.
Why does the sun have energy? It just does.
No, probably science actually.
But this is science.
Is it?
Yeah.
Explain to me the science behind your funky crystals.
It's called manifestation.
That is purely myth.
No, it's not. I
No,
manifested.
as in, there's no science behind manifestation, is there?
manifested, I would
Trust me, I manifest as well. Don't get me wrong.
I manifested I would pass my French GCSE, and I did.
She did foundation.
It's not nice. What'd you get in maths?
I'm not talking about it actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Got an 8. No, got 7 in maths. Nearly got an 8.
5. Well, okay, I got an 8 in French. I fucked you
That's
up.
because you do Italian.
Okay. If you'd actually put your mind to it, you probably could have done it.
We both know I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Be real right now.
Yeah.
You sat next to me in
Yeah.
French. Be real.
Yeah.
I do miss GCSEs in a weird way.
You know what? GCSEs were funky. Because they just didn't like. Allow it. Let me go. They just didn't like. They were a blur. Like they didn't actually happen.
Yeah, no,
I feel like they got bigged up so much. Like teachers were making it out like it was going to be the end of the world. This is like your make or break. This is if you're going to get a job or not.
And then they just did it.
And we did it, and we got our results, and we were like, okay.
Okay, no. And then they went, okay, so your A-levels are actually more important.
This is the thing. But then again, like, we got told our SATs were really important in year 6.
Oh, I didn't.
They're probably... Oh, I did.
I got told it doesn't matter if you pass your SATs early.
We got put so much pressure on SATs in my school. And then once they were done, literally not a word spoken about SATs ever again. It was all about GCSEs then, preparing you for upper school, because upper school is big and scary. Upper school is not big and scary. Upper school is jokes.
Upper school is jokes.
People who are yet to go to upper school, you're going to have the best time of your life.
What 12-year-old is going to be watching this?
I don't know.
Be real right now.
Be real.
Has it gone off?
I don't know. I haven't done mine.
I do
Be
my
real.
Be-Real on time.
Be real is actually like I quite like Be Real because
Be-Real.
it's that kind of social media that's not
It's real.
awful.
It quite literally
is real because but it's not even like you like dress yourself up for photos or you like put filters on. You just take a photo and that's that.
Yeah.
And then, but I mean, the only thing is that everyone can see what you're doing. So it's like, okay, why do you need to tell the world what you're doing every day?
Well, that's why you only add certain people. Like, there are so many people who try to add me. I'm just like, no. I don't want you knowing what
I've
I'm
seen, who was it? I think it must have been
Be careful who you name.
Adam or Joel.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you were going to say someone like really outrageous, and I was like,
No. I think it was like Adam or Joel, who are our mates. They, I was looking through their. Oh no, it was Adam. Looking through his Be Real people who he had added, but it has everyone.
oh yeah, no.
Literally everyone, and I reckon Joel does as well. But I don't understand why do you need to let like
Everyone
57 people know
Yeah.
what you're doing every day?
To be fair, Adam has got a lot of friends. Joel, I don't know. Sorry, Joel.
Joel likes to think he has friends. That was a joke.
Joel
That was
likes
a joke.
to think. Joel is
That was a
actually
joke.
friendless.
That was a joke. He's gonna ring me after this goes out and go, bro, what the fuck?
You think
Why'd you violate me?
You think Joel's gonna watch this?
He will.
He'll watch maybe not even half an hour, 10 minutes and fall asleep. I was sat there. I showed up to his house because we had to go do something and then we were going to go to Spoons. I showed up at his house. He was like, first of all, he's buzzing his head as I walk in the door. Then...
He's a strange creature.
He sits down, puts skins on, and is like, okay, wake me up in an hour. And I'm just like, okay.
What, were you just sat in his house for an hour?
I just crocheted.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, I was having a wild time. It's quite fun.
You know what? Let's talk about our friend group. We're not going to name drop.
We're not going to.
But I think
Oh.
well, we have already kind of,
Well,
but it's fine.
we can name drop the people who won't care.
Yeah, that's it precisely.
Yeah.
I think we've got one of the best friend groups known to man, quite honestly, because it's the most eclectic mix of people.
Oh yeah, like I love our group so much because it started off with just you guys, and then I joined and someone else joined. The other person left, like, pretty, not recently, but like a couple months ago. They dipped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then there were 3 more girls who joined. I think
A lot later.
Yeah, a lot later, like a year ago.
I don't even know what, because like what was their connection to us?
Me.
You.
It was me.
Right.
'Cause
Okay. Because I never actually understood that.
I was
One day
friends-
they just started sitting on our table.
Yeah,
at lunch.
I
and then
was
that was
friends with. I'll name drop Callum because Callum don't care.
Yeah.
I was friends with Callum. Callum left school. He just dipped one day. Rest in peace. No, he's alive.
He's alive.
Alive and well.
He's just.
He's texted me as well.
He doesn't leave his house.
Nah, he does.
I love you, Callum.
Love you, Callum. I was friends with Callum, and then Callum dipped, and then I left my girlfriend group because of a shopping trip, which I'll never forget. Because that story is.
This
so
is
funny.
what I don't understand about teenage girls. Is that your whole friend group is on the line over a shopping trip?
Well,
A shopping trip. You went shopping and you came out not just with clothes, but with no friends. That's mad.
that's not even what happened. I remember. Right, I'll briefly explain it. I won't drop any names or anything. Essentially, it was just as COVID was easing up, and I'm saying it like it's a massage, like easing up, like.
Why are you easing up?
Easing up, but.
Okay, fucking Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. Fucking.
What are you on about?
Okay.
I've never seen Wallace and Gromit.
Okay, then that's gonna make no sense to you. Uncultured. Never seen Wallace and Gromit. You hear that?
I didn't have much of a
Also, the other week, we were on call, and she goes, "Oh yeah, you weren't there, but we were all watching this movie."
Oh
And
no,
it was
don't do me like this.
It was this movie. Can't remember what it was, but it was about these 2 guys who went undercover in the police as 2 white women. I can't remember what it was called, but it was just, it's the most funny movie ever. I was like, White Chicks. You just explain to me what White Chicks is.
I'd never seen it before.
And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's the one." Sorry?
Biggest violation you've ever done. That was so mean.
It's on the internet now.
Fuck. Right. But what was even our original point? Oh yeah. So I'd gone shopping with I think about 3 or 4 people because that's all my mum was like. That's all you're allowed to see because of COVID regulations. And I didn't invite certain people, and they got upset I didn't invite certain people, and it kept going and going and going. Eventually I went, nah, I'm not doing this, and I left. And then I became friends with these lot.
Yeah, and I bet she wishes she hasn't, because we're all nutters.
Nah, to be fair, I love our group. Our group is like a
That was a
family
joke.
to me. No, you are nutters, but
Yeah, we're nutters.
they are family to me. And I don't know what I'd do without you guys.
Probably
Die.
oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say probably be more sane.
Oh no, I would be a lot more sane. But
Look, we literally we walked round. Oh no, you weren't there, but it was when we went to Northampton. Me, Eddie, Adam. We went to Northampton. Go and see uni.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Went to see uni. And on the way back to the train station, we were doing that thing that everyone hates. You know, the crazy. I was crazy once.
God.
They locked me in a room. That for like 25 minutes walking from the uni to the train station. That's a lie. We stopped off at a music shop. We weren't doing it in the music shop.
Thank God for that. Who do you think is the most... Okay, who do you think is the most, like... I don't know how to say this outside. Like, nuttiest.
Joel.
And then who do you think is the most sane? You can't say yourself.
Eddie.
Sure.
Right.
Look at the man's PC. You still think he's sane?
Eddie does a gaming course. And he's really into it. He's also really good at it.
He's really
I have
smart.
to say,
He's a
really good
smart
at it.
guy.
But my guy spent about £1,500 on
I thought it was
on
like
a PC.
£3,000.
What?
I don't know if it was £3,000.
No,
or not.
it was like 1,500
Yeah.
on a PC. It's stunning, but it's also like that man's never touched a girl in his life.
He's never touched grass in his life. Bless his soul. But we do love Eddie. He's the cutest little man I've ever seen in my damn life.
Alright, pull up the list. The Google Docs is coming back
Right,
out.
Google Docs is coming back out. If I can find it. My phone is so cluttered. Okay.
I've realised that my phone has like 128 gigabytes of storage and it's almost all full. That makes me really upset.
Mine
Because
also has
I don't know
128.
what I have on my phone that's taking up that much storage.
It's really funny because I went from like 64 gigs to 128 gigs, and it was like half full, and I'd just gone through.
Oh, I'm tired, man. Look at that, I'm yawning on camera.
I'm not boring.
Yeah, you're boring. You're really boring.
I knew you wanted Eddie instead. No, I'm not a good co-host.
Eddie's not the most articulate person.
Eddie would chat your ear off.
Yeah.
Still love you, Eddie. But when I went through my I'm not even life changing. When I went through that breakup, I deleted so many photos. It cleared half my storage.
No, I deleted about 1,000 photos that I just couldn't be asked to delete when I went through my breakup.
Yeah. Should we talk about our breakups?
Do you want to?
May as well.
Okay. Shoot.
Well, no, go on. Keep going about photos.
Well, this girl used to send me an ungodly amount of photos. Or she would nick my phone and take an ungodly amount of photos. That's what I discovered from going back through my camera roll, was that, Jesus Christ, I got like a photo a day for 3 years. Plus, when we were together, there'd be about 25.
Yeah.
Just in one day. And it's like, you know...
You see, mine isn't too bad because mine was like mainly over COVID and then just that last little like year and a half-ish. And, oh, by the way, we both were in long-term relationships, just to clarify. I was in a 2-year-long relationship, he was in a 3-year-long. We're both now single. You're meant to hooray about that as well.
Look, the thing is being single is the most stressful thing as well. No, but I'm saying that having come out of a 3-year relationship where you don't have to worry about, like, dating, or you don't have to worry about talking to someone or whatever.
Weird.
You're just like the same, you know, the whole time. Coming out of that, I've realized like probably I'm more on edge when I'm trying to like speak to people than when I was like before. But then again, 3 years ago, I didn't speak to women at all.
No,
That was
you
a
did not.
fluke that I managed to get a girlfriend, to be honest.
That was a fluke. I mean, mine was over Discord, so I can't really.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was
They
weird.
they hadn't seen each
We
other.
haven't met each other.
They hadn't met each other. They'd barely seen each other's faces,
Yeah, we started dating.
and they started dating
I think that was just one too many.
because of
Red flags.
Minecraft.
because of Minecraft, I went back on my
Their
PC.
mutual thing was bullying me.
I'm not going to talk about what we did.
No, we are going to talk about what you did, actually. You know what they did? They lynched my horse. Do you know how upset I am? I made a grave for that horse. I made a house, in a cave. And they spent an hour putting signs all over my house. I don't even know what they said. There were signs everywhere.
I wish I still had the login for that server.
I don't.
That was fun.
That's the day that I realised that simping is dangerous. Because something that your ex found funny, you would find even funnier. And that led to the death of my dear horse.
We didn't mean to kill it. It just fell off.
Bullshit. Absolute cap.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll make another server and I won't lynch your horses.
Don't want to.
I'm sorry.
Minecraft is one of those... Hold on, no. We're detouring now. We were talking about relationships and
We haven't even done relationships.
I was about to start talking about Minecraft. Go.
Right.
Before I start ranting about Minecraft.
I just think, I don't know, one thing, I'm going to talk about the day the breakup happened, because that, in a weird way, is probably one of my favourite days ever. Because one thing I've realised ever since I've come out of that really fucking long relationship was that my relationship with my friends grew stronger and my relationship with my family grew even stronger, because consistently it was a battle between trying to be in a relationship and be with my family, because my family weren't 100% supportive of it. But ever since I came out, I remember the day it happened, I was with you guys, and it was me, him, I think Meg, Adam, someone, I think Joel, and we were all together.
Macca's.
We went to Macca's, and then it was outside Morrison's, and my mum had phoned me, and she was like, "Why are you in late?" Because actually, I shouldn't say that, but we can beep it. Why are you in town? Good luck editing this.
We can beep it, she says. That's going to be another 10 minutes I'm not going to go back.
Oh, shut up. And why are you in town? Because my ex didn't live in town. He didn't live in town, he lived like 20 minutes away. And I was like, oh, well, just broke up, and she genuinely, said, oh, I'm so sorry, you're okay. And then she even spoke to Meg on the phone. I was like, please look after her, thank you so much. And ever since then, my relationship with my mum has grown so much. And I've never been more thankful for that.
There you go.
So, and I also think my mum made a very good point of, at your age, you do not need to be in a long-term relationship at all. You don't. And I 100% agree with her.
There's comfort in it. And I think that's what people
There's
like.
comfort in it until it ends. Because until it ends, you... And I'm going to say what Adam said to me. You give, especially in long-term relationships, you give half of yourself to your other. And when they leave, you are then left to put together your half and the half that they've just dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
So you're now trying to pick up pieces of yourself while trying to figure out what you want to do when you're older, where you want to go, like uni, things like that, where your career's going to go. And it is stressful. And I think in the last 2 months I've realised that I love being single. That's
you know what? And I think there's a certain freedom about being single because you're not tied down to anything, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you can just be a slag.
Oh yeah, no.
But when you're not indebted to anyone, and when you're not having to explain yourself to anyone because they're getting paranoid for whatever reason or whatever, I feel like it's automatically sort of more, you're taking a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And I think you find who yourself are as a person as well.
You find who you self are as a person.
That's what I said. You said you find who you are as a person.
That's not what you said.
I needed to burp.
I'm gonna do a replay on that.
You find who yourself are as a person as well. It's
You
going to take me
find
10
who-
minutes to be
You
fit.
find who you self are as a person, guys. That's the quote of the month.
Oh. But yeah. So, my advice, if you're under the age of 20, don't get in a long-term relationship. It's so much hassle.
To be honest, they can work, but you've got to be the best couple.
You do have to be the best couple. And enjoy your youth.
Yeah, don't get tied down too quickly.
Enjoy your youth. You're
It's
young.
fun. Shits and gigs, isn't it?
Shits and gigs. Why care about anything else? You can have shits and gigs.
It's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits.
I love that saying. It's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits. Oh, but one thing as well, don't date a damn musician. Don't do it. He's a musician. Don't date him.
You're meant to be my wingman.
That is true.
That's ruined all my chances now. He's a musician, don't date him.
Don't date him. Don't date him.
Online. I'm fucked.
No, right, ladies, Antonio's a very nice man. Very, very nice hair. It's very soft. What will you do? You'll cook a nice meal. He will take you out on dates if he's got the money for it.
He's trying really hard right now.
And he will not whack you with a drumstick. That's all I've got.
I'll take that. Could be worse.
It could be a lot worse.
Go on. Why shouldn't you date a musician then?
Because
He's just gonna out me now. I'm just gonna actually be violated.
it is just... I don't even, like... The thing is, we wrote these topics ages ago, and I had good points for all of them. And now we've done this weeks later, I can't remember. But essentially, I didn't like dating a musician because if they are a genuinely, like, intense musician, it's almost
Avid.
like you are fighting between you and the guitar. And
The guitar is the third person in
the
a relationship.
guitar is the third person. And it isn't nice, I'll tell you that, to be competing with a fucking guitar.
But how did that like impact like your everyday life in a relationship? Because I obviously like as a drummer, I just play drums as and when.
Because I remember, like, I would be like, oh, what you doing? And he would say, like, oh, I'm playing guitar. I'm like, oh, cool, so can you, like, phone or something? We haven't spoken in a few days. No, I'm busy. I'm playing guitar. Fair enough. You're playing guitar. You've been playing guitar for 4 hours now.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna, if you're a guitarist, don't shoot me, but also I don't care. Guitar does not require any stamina at all unless you're on stage playing your heart out and you have presence. If you're sitting at home in a chair playing guitar, you're doing this. How is that like
I get it. It can take concentration. I do get that.
concentration? Sure, but you know,
But if you say afterwards,
have a monster and get on with it.
if you say afterwards, I'm really tired. I've been playing guitar for so long. Why?
But I, as a drummer, I can only do probably maximum an hour practice before I go, nah, I'm tired, or
Nah, it's
now
nap
I'm
time.
bored now. Yeah. And even then, if someone like rang me and said, oh, like, are you busy? Can you call? I'd probably just stop.
Yeah, no, that didn't
4
happen.
hours? How are you not, like,
Dead.
wanting to do something else after 4
And
hours?
I do get it because have your own passions and your commitments and stuff like
Burn
that.
yourself out.
But I think that is what happened. It would go through waves, and it was really weird. Basically, just date a normal person. That's
A
what
normal person.
Date.
I'm not normal.
One thing I do want to say, red flags look like flags through rose-tinted glasses. Have that in the back of your head 24/7. 24/7. Because we were both affected by rose-tinted glasses. And my God, are they...
It took me literally about 2 months to
Longer than
actually come to terms with the fact that I should and did break up with my girlfriend, like, I was still dating her, and I was not happy because it was quite toxic. And then
I think quite is an understatement.
okay,
Not to
but
out anyone, but
you know, I think the rose tinted glasses of what if this, what if that, what if they're not happy, you know. I think a lot of people, especially at a young age, I say young as in like our age, or you know,
because
20s,
we are young.
You're not prioritizing yourself, and I think that's not even in like relationships. Is that only true? It's true in the life of a young person, to be honest. So I think, you know, sometimes you just got to take a step back.
Stop.
And think, oh, you're ruining my moment.
Sorry, go on.
No, I wouldn't do it now.
No.
No, I'm joking.
Go on.
Sometimes you've got to take a step back from things to...
What'd you do?
Casper the Ghost is here.
5G horse.
5G horse has arrived.
Nah, 5G horses. Oh my god. The gym keep emailing me to join.
No, right, you know what happened the other day? Right, okay, so, a little story time now. There was a transfer student that came over from Italy, and she stayed with us for about 5 or 6 months.
Not with him, with like
No,
in our town.
Yeah.
That sounded weird. Like,
Yeah, no. She stayed here.
Yeah.
For 5 or 6 months, and I'd say about 2 months before she left, she wanted to join the gym.
It was before that.
No, when she properly joined the gym, because
okay.
she was doing like
Free
passes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, scamming the system.
That's what my
Anyway,
dad said
because she has an Italian card, it wasn't working. Doing direct debit for whatever reason. Technology. Hate it. And so she asked me if she gave me the cash, if I would put it on mine.
You're still paying for it?
Well, I basically, because I went with her to the gym to sign up for it, and they put it in to only bill me for 2 months. And I watched them do it, and I got billed for 2 months. I paid for 1 month, and I paid for another month. And then, obviously she'd gone, and about 3.5 weeks went by, and then they billed me again. And I didn't notice until about 3 days later when I opened up my bank app.
And saw like 20 quid gone.
£27 out of my account. So I emailed
the
Energy
pricing one?
Fitness, I'm coming for you. I emailed Energy Fitness and I said, where the fuck is my money gone? And then they email me back going, oh sorry, my mistake. Like you'll have a refund soon. I need to check if I've actually got that refund.
Probably should.
Okay, you talk about something. I'm gonna look this up right now.
I'm gonna talk about how they keep emailing me. Today they've sent me 3 messages. Bear in mind it's 3 p.m. They've sent me an email. Not long left to claim something or other. I don't really know. Right, let me quickly find a topic. Let me find it. I want to talk about the fact that Steve Jobs is actually dead, and none of our group.
What?
None of our group believed it.
What do you mean?
Steve Jobs is dead.
Yes.
Yes.
What? Why do you have to argue this point?
Because I was so determined that Steve Jobs wasn't dead. I was so determined he wasn't dead.
Please explain. I would love to hear this.
Right, go on your damn bank app.
Okay.
Because the iPhones keep being released, so I just assumed, he's still alive. And I don't watch those Apple, when Apple do those conferences where they're like, the new Apple, I don't know, the new Apple house, like, I don't know, and they show off their...
They've not paid me yet.
Just take the gym membership and run, man. Did you use it for yourself?
No.
Before you said you wanted to join the gym. Is everyone going to join the
call
gym?
me fat?
No, you just keep saying you're gonna join the gym. Every single day I say I'm gonna join the gym. You go, oh yeah, I'll join with you.
Yeah, I do too much stuff with my life.
See, that's the difference. I do nothing with my life.
Anyway, I want to hear about Steve Jobs.
And I was just so convinced that he was alive because I was like, oh, he must, I thought he was the one presenting in the conferences. But no, he's been dead.
You know they can like have conferences without the CEO being alive.
I know, but I was just like, oh, them popping out iPhones like this. He must be
He
alive.
doesn't hand make every iPhone, you know.
Well, I know that.
He doesn't like sit in the factory and make it with his bare hands and then go, finally, my child, we're gonna sell this to the world.
I wasn't the only one who thought it. Abby also thought it. Abby still thinks.
But that's because Abby didn't know any different. You just came up with some bullshit theory that he was just like...
Oh no, I didn't hear he died, so I just assumed he was alive.
He's been dead for years.
I don't read the news.
When was it? Hold on, I'm getting
It was
Google
like
up.
2013 or something.
Hold on. Right. When did Steve Jobs die?
Steve Jobs died on the 5th of October 2011.
2011.
Whoops. He's been dead. He's been dead for 12
He's been
years.
dead for 12 years.
And I only found out like a couple weeks ago.
My favourite joke is, it's really funny how Steve Jobs died of PC because that's the only thing that Apple could never make. They can't. They still can't. Laptops, sure. The iMac,
I have a laptop.
piece of shit.
Yeah. Did you see the Security Breach DLC come out?
Ruin! I started watching a video on it. Oh my God.
I've watched Mark play all of it. I've seen Ashel Spiff play it.
Oh, you've watched it all already?
Yeah.
I'm like starting it.
I've
basically.
seen secrets. I've seen, secret endings.
Really? Oh my God, you spent your life watching this DLC, bruv. Looks good though.
I'm a big FNAF fan.
It looks so much better than base game Security Breach.
It's more clean.
Yeah.
It's a lot more clean. Story's a bit bland.
But then Security Breach's story was not that good.
It was a bag of ready salted crisps.
Yeah. I just think FNAF's a bit of a it's gone so downhill, in my opinion.
Scott Cawthon isn't doing it anymore.
Precisely.
It's still.
It's gone so downhill because he's not even involved in it.
I get why he stepped down, but I just.
We need him back, man. We need Scott back. Scott, please come back.
Because in Ruin, they've introduced a new character, and everyone's like, I keep burping, I need to stop. They're like, okay, but why? And the whole question is like, okay, but why are they here? They don't add anything.
But granted, I've not finished the story of Security Breach, so I'm not entirely sure how.
Why are you watching the DLC?
Because I got bored. I got
Just
bored
skip
of
to the
Security
end.
Breach.
Just do like an ending.
Okay, I know the fact that Glitch Trap.
Spoilers.
I know the fact that Glitch Trap was there in that fire, and then the big blob thing scooped him up.
Molten
and then,
Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the ending where Freddy dies.
Yeah, I've seen that. I have seen all the endings, actually.
That's all you need to know.
But why then is Gregory trapped in a fucking hole? Or whatever.
Well, if I tell you, spoil the whole game. Do you want me to spoil the whole game?
No, right, okay. So my question is the fact that Gregory is stuck in a hole to do with the ending of Security Breach? Or did he just end up in a hole?
No. Did he just end up at all?
No, because that's what I was like this new character, what's her name? Cassie?
Cassie's been in there for ages, I thought.
I don't know. I don't really know.
I need to update
But
on my Five Nights at
yeah,
Freddy's.
I need to try and remember. Anyway,
This happens every
Cassie rocks up and is like, I need to find Gregory. Finds a walkie-talkie on the floor. Brother's like, help, I'm trapped in a hole. She's like, where
I'm
are you?
under the water.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, why is he in a hole? How did he get there?
It's a time skip forward to when like everything's gone awfully. You find out why at the end why he's in a hole.
Oh. Okay.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I can't tell you because you find out at the end why
Right,
he's in a hole.
Okay. Also, what I didn't understand is has he just been in the Pizzaplex?
No, it's
For
a,
the
ti- it's a
entire
time.
t-
It's a time skip.
Yeah, so has he been in the Pizzaplex since the time skip?
Well, I can't tell you because it spoils the game.
Okay, fine. I need to just watch it now. This is what I'm going to go and do after this.
I'm going to meet up with a friend after this, and I'm gonna phone you. Hey, what are you doing?
Fun and Freddy's.
I understand the law. It's connecting in my brain.
Saying that, I think it's time for me to go and watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you very much for joining us for the Bacon and Reggs podcast pilot episode. What a ride it's been, to be quite honest. It's kind of been a bit of a fever dream this last hour.
It has. It's gone quite quickly though.
It has gone very quickly. That's just because we started waffling.
I remember the Discord ones always just felt really long, and I was be like, okay, 15 minutes gone by, another 45 to go.
But that's because we didn't enjoy it. This was fun.
Enjoy it. This was fun.
Next episode, expect a new location and expect some guests. We're going to bring a few of our friends along for the ride.
If we have any friends after this.
Yeah, maybe. We can't.
Slagged off.
Look,
We love you. We love you.
I can't
Put your
believe.
hand in hearts right now. We love you.
Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you very soon.